Hello, again my name is Jack Parsons with K&P Contracting, and we've been talking a little bit about, as we were building this house, and it's open to the North Atlantic. One of the things that K&P does in this type of a situation is use tie-down clips, and we're going to show you now in a minute where we use them to connect the main floor of the house to the foundation, and also where we look to do the roof to the walls. Now, it's in the beginning. It's nice to be able to say this is not required, and we don't have requirements for hurricane tie downs or anything like that. And you know, like we built in earthquake zones because we built in Japan. The type of construction is totally different because you build for that, but you can build for anything. But the nice thing that we like, when we have this type of wind pressure coming in right off the North Atlantic, typically we add a little bit to it. Now what we're talking about is putting these little tie down clips on and basically adding some additional structure to the house with a cost of less than $100. And that's the reason why we chose to do the video, because there's really cost advantages of doing this right here. So now we'll go over and we'll talk about the different types of clips and where they go. Okay, there's three types of clips that we want to talk about. And the first one is the Simpson Strong Tie, who produces tie downs, any type of hold downs, clips and everything else for everyone. This one here is the one that you would use if you had a requirement to do, which is a 66T. But this one's expensive. It's probably $4 or $5, and it costs you a lot to do the house. There's another one like this one right here, and this basically can connect a stud to a piece below because you got two different directions, but we'll show you how to use that simply. And this one here, I think it's probably a couple of bucks, but it's still more expensive than what we need. This one is a UPS WFM12, and the one that we like the most and the one that we want to use is this one here. And this is just a straightforward little joist hanger, and they're about 69 cents. So this is the type of hanger that we are promoting in this type of thing. This is the one we commonly use. And as I said a minute ago, this to put these on a house, even a house this size, which is about 2,500 square feet and 200 linear feet, I think, around. So at every 4 feet you need about 50 of these. But even at 50, I mean, you're still only talking about 69 cents, so it's less than $40, and you get all your material, and then it's about 45 minutes worth of work. So it's very cost effective to be able to do this, especially, as I said earlier, open to the North Atlantic. This is something that K&P does to all of their builds when we have in a high wind area. Okay, so we're first going to get Deidre to install this one right here, which I said is a Simpson Strong Tie. Okay, Deidre, this one is pretty straightforward. You just tie the top piece right into the base plate, and the bottom one nails right onto the rim joist. So you got that strong connection between the base plate and the rim joist. And now the rim joist is fully connected in the same way to the foundation wall. So that's as simple as that gets. The next one we're going to do is this one here that I showed you, and I'm going to ask Deidre to straighten that first. Now, with this one, basically, we'll put this one over here, and this one, we actually nail it right onto the stud. So, so the top nail that she's putting in is right directly into the stud. And then we'll also nail one into the base plate, but basically now we're going to nail it into the rim joist. So we connect the three pieces with this one. Now the final one is the one that we use all the time. So we'll ask Deidre to flatten this one out. I trust her, she won't hit me on the fingers. Now this one is pretty simple because basically once we got this flattened out like this, and as I said, they're only 69 cents a piece. Basically we line the bottom of this up with the base plate, so go ahead Deidre, right there. and nail it in. So when this is finished, you'll actually have 4 nails into the base plate and 4 nails into the rim joist. Now, and that's as simple as it gets. So if we were ready to put these all around the house, in less than an hour, Deidre could have the 50 of these put on it, because it's like 5 minutes to flatten them out, just go around and do it. But for us, basically, we will put these on as we're putting the siding on it. So that way there, we don't have to put this scaffold or anything else up. Very simple little process, and like I said, for under 50 bucks, labor included, everything is done. Thank you. Okay, so we just talked about how to connect the walls to the rim joist and how to connect the rim joist to the foundation. So we've already talked about that. But now, in terms of connecting the roof to the walls, this is very typical, where you have a girder truss, you have very strong truss hangers that connects that. But as you can see coming over here, basically what we've done is use the same little 69-cent joist hanger, and we connected those truss to the wall plate. So now everything is connected. As I said, there's no requirement for this, but it's a nice little thing to add when you have in the high wind area. The same way that when we were panning around, if you look at that big window over there, Janet, over here, those windows were ordered at a higher wind resistance because we're right open to it. And that's something that typically your window manufacturer, in this case Weathershore Windows, took that into account. But we told them where we were building, so then basically they used a higher CSA rating for wind loads. And those things are always nice to be able to do, because it gives the homeowner higher level of comfort, especially as it comes to a windstorm. And we all know, we all remember Igor and the things that caused. Well, with all these little things added to the house, it gives the homeowner, as I said, great comfort. Thank you very much.